Shalom, shalom. Want to say all praises be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Harakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the sincere brethren, acting all day across the four winds, the four corners of the globe, pushing the truth, the good news of Yahweh Shai, proclaiming salvation to the elect of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and proclaiming the downfall of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and his wicked empire. So right now what you're seeing before you is the fall of the so-called white man's empire. And that's why I have it on mute. But you're seeing the interaction. This is a kingdom, a people divided. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, particularly spearheaded by Babylon the Great, which is America, according to the scriptures, we're seeing what? American isolationism. American isolationism, meaning America is basically coming up against her allies, basically disassociating, dissing, ridiculing her allies, her European allies, her NATO and European Union allies, which is all according to biblical prophecy, of which at the end of the day, when Russia and China and these different nuclear powers come up against America, at the end, these NATO allies, these European allies, is going to turn against Babylon and shoot missiles upon Babylon, because they're going to recognize, and they're recognizing that, yo, America ain't for them. America is just for themselves. American isolationism. And you see this guy Zelensky, he's the president of Ukraine, talking to Trump and J.D. Vance, which is the president and vice president of America, Babylon the Great. They're going at it, man. You understand? Because what? The whole hegemony of America is divided. And it's beautiful. So this is the book of Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7. All the men of that confederacy, let me start at verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? Come. So Esau, Edom is being searched out. The Lord is bringing Esau, Edom down because of all his sins and all his trespasses and all his wicked deeds. So there's a judgment for that. And the Lord is destroying him from the inside out. He's destroying Babylon the Great, which is the spearhead of the Edomite Empire, from the inside out, man, dividing Babylon and her allies to be one against another. And it's a beautiful thing to see, which you have this guy Trump. He's a total loose cannon. Basically, they cursing Zelensky out, ridiculing him, cursing him out, Zelensky cursing him back out. Just total division amongst who are supposed to be allies against Russia. And Trump is kind of bigging up Russia sideways, but Russia already know what time it is. Russia don't fuck with America for real. So Russia is just licking his chops, so that when they're ready to come up against Babylon, shoot missiles upon Babylon, they're gonna tell the those European nations, the UK, France, Germany, Ukraine, yo, America was never fucking with you for real, man. And that's what's gonna make these European nations also come up against America. Yeah, America even talking about, Trump is even talking about taking over Canada, which is a NATO member and an American ally. So America is just coming up against all her allies, basically being an isolationist. Yeah, so America first, of which is going to be the downfall to America, because one of the great strengths of America is and was all her allies across the globe, especially her NATO and European allies, which make up the beast. You understand? So the beast is disintegrating. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7, all the men of that confederacy, sorry, let me start verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And people were saying, yo, years ago, they wouldn't show this on TV. They wouldn't show allies, America and her allies going back and forth in a press conference on TV. But now the Lord is showing everything, man. The Lord is bringing everything to light. Showing the divisions among the American empire, the NATO alliance, right before your eyes, man. Which Ukraine technically is not a NATO member, but is a NATO ally same way. But even with the NATO allies, Trump saying, yo, y'all gotta pay more money. I'm gonna put tariffs on y'all, so on and so forth. Basically talking down to them, ridiculing them. You understand? You think they're happy about that? And I think even years ago, they had it as to where the American government was spying on Germany and France, I think. years ago, I think that was before Trump, maybe during the time of Obama, they were spying on France, man. So they're spying on their own allies. So it ain't no trust. Verse 7, Obadiah 1 and 7, all the men of thy confederacy, kind of NATO is a confederacy. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. Come. So all her NATO allies that are supposed to be at peace with America, they're going to be like, yo, fuck it, man. And it's going to be beautiful to see how the Lord plays it out fully, because this is part of it. This is like the beginning stages of the disintegration of the NATO, man. Of the NATO empire, man. You understand? Because it's going to fully disintegrate in the World War III. And it's going to happen as where these NATO members are going to be like, yo, and I can see it happening. How it's going to play out. They're going to be like, yo, America set us up in this World War III, man. We didn't even want this, man. And then they're going to shoot missiles upon America. All those NATO nations that have nuclear armaments, they're going to shoot upon America, because Russia is going to be tearing them up. Russia is going to be tearing up them European countries during this World War III. And guess what? Those European countries is going to blame America. And this is all setting the stage for that. Setting the stage for the disunity of the NATO empire. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Come. So America's own allies, man, is gonna come up against her. And ultimately America has to blame themselves, guys. They're the one who started it. Like I said, this is the beginning stages of what? The end of the NATO empire, man. And it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a beautiful thing to witness. And people saying, yo, can't believe this shit is on a cable television, man. But that's the Lord. All these secret things, all these things that in years past wouldn't be brought to the forefront, everything is being exposed. Every single thing is being exposed. And the fall of the American empire, the fall of the American hegemony, is being shown before our eyes. This is all the setup, the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which the beast goes into the NATO and the EU. That's the beast, and America is the whore riding upon the beast. The 10 horns that thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Who's the whore? America. Because America commit spiritual whoredom with all the countries across the globe, not just NATO and EU nations, but all nations, spreading her madness all across the globe, man. You understand? Spreading her madness, her democracy, her LGBT, her feminism all across the globe, poisoning the world. These shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So there you have it. So these are all the stages of why the 10 horns, which make up those NATO countries, those EU countries, the 10 original countries that spawn this NATO and the EU, they're going to hit the whore and they're going to burn her with fire. They're going to shoot missiles upon Babylon the Great. You understand? Of which this is the reason, because America talking shit. America don't respect them. America, what you call it, sunning them, so on and so forth. And ultimately, America is sending them up to get mollywopped by Russia, because Russia and those European nations are right next to each other. So Russia can easily invade those nations, and it's gonna happen. And guess who they're gonna blame for that? They're gonna ultimately blame America. You understand? That's why they're gonna hate the whole. So what we're seeing is what? American isolationism right here at its best. So America is being isolated That's why Trump's whole motto is what? America first. America first is what? American isolationism. Basically, America for themselves and fuck everybody else. Fuck the allies. So guess what the allies gonna say? Yo, fuck you too. Fuck you too, man. When it comes down to it. It's gonna be beautiful to see how the Lord plays out the intricate details of it, but we seen it before our eyes, man. We seen the beginning stages of the end of the collapse of the beast, man. Of NATO and the EU. And the horde that rided upon the beast. You understand? And we know what the scriptures says about a kingdom divided. You know what the scriptures say, I'm going to get that. This is the book of Mark chapter 3. Mark chapter 3 verse 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? John, so this is Satan against Satan. Edomite versus Edomite. As all those European nations they say into, they had a major hand in the slave trade, a major hand in the destruction across the globe, because they Edomites too. England, France, Germany, all of them are Edomites. And America is Edomites too. Edomite Iran. You understand? So they coming up against each other. Zelensky Edomite, Trump Edomite, J.D. Vance Edomite. You understand? They're coming up against one against another. So they divided. They're trying to basically see who's right, who's more righteous. Satan against Satan, but there ain't none of them righteous. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand, can. So that kingdom cannot stand. And NATO is a kingdom, man. Is basically a conglomerate of a kingdom. Multiple kingdoms, multiple nations coming together. So it cannot stand because what? It's divided. And this is a plain picture to see the division of NATO. You understand? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against against itself, the house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but had an end, can. And one of the main things Trump keep saying is, yo, you trying to make us have World War III. He was telling that to Zelensky. Which Trump is always mentioning World War III. Because Trump up on game, man. Trump know. And we to get that from the prophets, from the scriptures. Because he also mentioned in that Joe Rogan interview about the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat. How we say there's doomsday prophets that say the world is gonna World War III, or the world is gonna come to an end in the Middle East. Which where is he getting that from, man? So Trump knows about the Israelites, he knows about the prophecies. And he always mentions World War III. You understand? So this is telltale signs, second Ezra 9:1, measuring the time. We've seen the division of the NATO empire. We've seen American isolationism heading into World War III. So heading into World War III, the NATO empire is going to be very, very shaky. That's why they're going to turn against each other. Namely, those NATO nations in Europe, they're going to turn against Babylon the Great America. And we're seeing that right now before our eyes. So the Lord is all setting it up. So I'll probably name this World War III American isolationism. Tongue twister. Isolationism. And that's what Trump is about. Trump is about American isolationism and America first, man. America first. So it's a beautiful thing to see. The Lord is setting it up. Hey, so with that, hope you brothers and sisters were edified. I want to say all praises be to Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Haruka, double honors to the apostles, elders of great men, so well. Shalom to the elect. Abad Babal.